Hey, space explorers! Ever wondered what happens when the sun throws a cosmic temper tantrum? Well, 2025 is shaping up to be the year when the sun reaches its solar maximum, a peak of crazy solar activity that could light up our skies with auroras and maybe mess with your GPS. Welcome to Space Flux Race, where we accelerate your cosmic journey. Today, we're diving into what the solar maximum will do to Earth in 2025, and trust me, it's way cooler and a bit more intense than you might think. Ready to ride the solar storm? Let's go! The solar maximum is the height of the sun's 11-year activity cycle. During this time, the sun gets super active and shoots out flares, sunspots, and coronal mass ejections, massive bursts of solar energy and particles. NASA and NOAA call Solar Cycle 25's maximum one of the most closely observed cycles ever, as it peaks around mid to late 2025, potentially stretching into 2026. Now, why should you care? Well, imagine your GPS suddenly glitching while you're driving, or satellite TV cutting out unexpectedly. That's the kind of stuff solar storms can trigger. But it's not all doom and gloom. The solar maximum also paints the skies with dazzling auroras, sometimes far from the poles, and it helps scientists learn more about our star's moods. I remember watching a solar flare video on YouTube a few years ago and thought, wow, our sun is like a cosmic dragon breathing fire. What if this solar maximum gave us an incredible light show, but also taught us how to better protect our tech-dependent world? That's what we're unpacking today. So, what is this solar maximum exactly? Think of the sun's activity as a cosmic heartbeat that pulses every 11 years. The solar maximum is that peak when sunspots, solar flares, and coronal mass ejections ramp up. According to the Space Weather Prediction Center, Solar Cycle 25 will peak with about 115 sunspots in July 2025. But that peak could fall anywhere between late 2024 and early 2026. NASA, NOAA. Sunspots are like the sun's pimples, cooler and darker areas, but don't let their gloomy look fool you. They pack a punch and often spit out solar flares, huge bursts of radiation that can travel 93 million miles to hit Earth's magnetic field. Visual suggestion. Show a lively animation of the sun with growing sunspots and flares erupting. Can you imagine the sun tossing out these energetic bursts like a cosmic rock star putting on a light show with a side of some technological glitches? When the sun blazes with CMEs or flares, those solar storms hurtle towards Earth, zipping at millions of miles per hour. But luckily, Earth wears a magnetic shield, a giant invisible force field created by its iron core. This magnetosphere deflects many charged particles, protecting us from the worst. NASA. However, this shield isn't perfect. Solar storms can heat Earth's upper atmosphere, causing it to expand and mess with satellite orbits, sometimes slowing them down so they drop closer to Earth. Science fact. That's a problem for GPS satellites, communication systems, and even astronauts. Visual suggestion. Animation of Earth's magnetic field deflecting solar particles, with some particles sneaking through to affect satellites. Here's a wild thought. Imagine Earth as a superhero wearing a magnetic cape, fending off the sun's fiery punches, but sometimes still getting a few burns. That's space weather for you. Here's where solar maximum hits home. The solar storms can disrupt satellites that manage our internet, TV, and GPS signals. Ever experienced GPS glitches or flaky cell service? Solar flares may be part of the culprit during this period. The 1989 Quebec blackout was a reality check when a solar storm caused a massive power outage. Experts warn similar storms in 2025 could temporarily overload power grids or knock out satellite services. Plus, flights flying near the poles rely on high-frequency radio signals that solar flares can disrupt. Imagine being on a plane that suddenly loses some communication because the sun is throwing a tantrum far away. But don't freak out. Scientists are monitoring all this closely using spacecraft like the Parker Solar Probe, capturing real-time data to give us early warnings. It's like having a cosmic weather forecast warning us before the storm hits. Amid all this potential chaos, the solar maximum brings beautiful rewards, a sky lit up with auroras. Those shimmering curtains of green, red, and purple light aren't just polar delights anymore during the solar maximum. Strong solar storms push charged particles down Earth's magnetic field lines, creating auroras visible even at lower latitudes than usual. Can you picture gazing up at an aurora from your backyard in a place where you've never seen one before? That's the magic of the solar maximum, turning the night sky into a cosmic dance floor. Now, some worry whether solar maximums might heat Earth or drive dramatic weather changes. Studies show the solar irradiance increase during the maximum is less than 0.1%, and UV radiation at Earth's surface rises by just 1 to 2%. So while it tweaks upper atmospheric layers and can affect weather systems a bit, solar maximum isn't a climate change game changer. Think of it like a tiny flicker of brightness in a huge cosmic theater. Human-driven climate change still steals the spotlight here. Here's a cool tidbit. The solar maximum usually coincides with the sun flipping its magnetic poles, like a cosmic dance move every 11 years. It's one of the many mysteries scientists love studying. This flip can shake up solar wind patterns and space weather, adding a little extra spice to the solar maximum mix. So what does the 2025 solar maximum mean for us? It's a fascinating mix of dazzling auroras, a high-tech challenge for satellites and power grids, and a peek into the sun's wild personality. While it may cause some disruptions, it also pushes humanity to keep improving our space weather forecasts and infrastructure resiliency. Ultimately, the solar maximum reminds us just how connected we are to our star. It changes how we see our place in the universe, not as passive bystanders, but as players in a dynamic cosmic dance. That's the beauty of space exploration. If you loved this cosmic ride through the solar maximum, smash that like button, subscribe to Space Flux Race for more out-of-this-world content, and drop a comment below. What's your favorite thing about living in a solar system powered by a fiery star? Don't forget to check out our video on how solar flares could impact future Mars missions next. Until then, keep your eyes on the skies and your spirit galactic.